Hey guys, Ben America's Baseball Camp's going through your video analysis from the San Diego camp. Thanks for coming to camp, and just want to go over a couple tweaks and things that I see on your swing that I think would help improve you for your next season and going into the winter time of things to work on. And again, appreciate you coming out and the effort that you put in, and let's go ahead and get started here. One thing I would like to see change in regards to, I would recommend in regards to our stance, is to get more in athletic positions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some circles here and put them right there in regards to our stance. We need to get more athletic from the start. I don't know if you do it more athletic in the game, but we have a tendency to stand up tall, and that's going to just need to make sure from a standpoint of keeping your eyes level, where if you start here and then I end up swinging and my eyes are down here, just to make sure that you're more in a better athletic position from the start in regards to our stance. The other thing I would recommend to do is take your hands up and raise them just a hair higher, and that's going to help you, especially for left-handed hitters. They've a tendency to have their hands a little bit lower. But if you're more athletic, then I want you to be a little bit higher, so that I can work on a nice downward angle to the baseball. So those are some of the important things in regards to your feet and your setup. So just raise those hands up in a hair, have a little bit better bend in those legs, and what you can also do is take your toes in just a hair and just kind of turn them in just a hair. And that's also going to create more power and get your legs more involved in regards to your swing here. So the next point of video analysis work is what's called our land foot. So if I get to land foot and stop here. Alright, so one thing is we want to talk about, if I back up here just a frame, let's talk about this as far as first. Let's look at your step. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. I'm going to go from this line, from this back foot. I'm going to draw that straight line. You'll notice how right now at your step, that your step's a little bit out. So this is a straight line, and then this is obviously a step out. So I'm not sure if you do that all the time, but that 6 inches is going to be very important, because that's going to affect how you hit outside pitches, and it's going to make a big deal in regards to your swing. So when you stride, got to make sure that we're going to stride straight ahead compared to striding out, because every time you stride out, again, that completely, if the plate's 18 inches, you're going to have 6 of those inches on the outside part that you won't be able to hit, because we're striding out a little bit compared to striding straight. So a good rule or a good drill for this would be to stand in on pitchers as they throw, so you can just practice your takes or practice your strides, and that's going to be very important, so you don't have a little bit of a step out. You have more of a straight line. So at this part of our swing, a couple things need to happen as well. We don't want to be up on our toe. We want to be more on the ball of my foot, so that whole circle of your foot should be on the ground. So if I take these off, you can see from, if I draw a straight line, probably from this part of your foot down, so I'll draw a box around it. I want the entire box to be on the ground, so you can see you're more on your toe right now. I want you to be more on the ball of my foot, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to your power, because right now when you hit, you're using a lot of your arms to hit compared to a lot of your lower half. So let me just draw this line to do you. So we got to stride straight. We got to have much more of my foot on the ground. The next thing is, you'll notice here, is that this arm's a little bit firm. This bottom arm's a little bit firm, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that that has still a little bit of a bend, and that is we're doing our swing, and that's going to help us create some more power. We want to be short to the ball and long through the ball, but at this point, when our arm is kind of more firm, that's going to make us long to it and long through it. So something very important to do is take like a the smallest bat you can find or one of your older bats, and take your top hand off the bat, and at this point of our swing just kind of have an angle on my arm right here and just rest that bat up on my shoulders. And what you want to do is just do soft toss, where you just rest it on the shoulder and you just take it off the shoulder and you just go right to the ball and you do some soft toss. So you can rest it on our shoulder, have a nice angle in that arm, and just take it off your shoulder and just go right to the ball. And that's going to get us much shorter compared to having that arm kind of firm and locked out. You can see it's a little bit straight, and you're going to get away with it now on slower pitching, but as you get faster pitching, it's going to make a big difference in regards to my swing. The other thing is too, is we started with our hands a little bit higher as what I recommended, but you can see as my hands drop, that's going to affect us lifting the ball compared to driving the ball. So with your hands being that bottom arm, having a little bit more angle in my arms right here, that's going to help my hands be a little bit higher. And what that's going to do, it's going to create more of a downward angle for me to hit the baseball. But you can see right now, if my hands drop, then that's going to take this angle of my bat, and I'm going to be more uphill. And I want to make sure that I'm working downhill to drive the baseball compared to lifting the ball. The last thing that I would recommend that we do in regards to that is I would take a baseball and I would kind of put it out in front here, something that you can look at after you hit, because if you notice your eyes are more out in front, I want to have your eyes more on the baseball and more in contact. So I think that's going to make a big difference. What I used to do is I used to place a ball down there and I would hit the ball, and then I would look at the ball at the one on the ground after I would hit it, and that would be something that I would recommend in regards to having it to something that you can really work on. You can see after contact that your eyes are more out in this direction, and it would be nice at this point of it that your eyes would be more on the baseball, where you could be looking down into the ball. I think that would make a big difference in our swing. One thing that's going to happen is when you get more of that back foot on the ground, you're going to have a better angle in our body, and you're going to be stronger with our bat here, with our lower half hitting for more power. You can see that if I draw a straight line, your head's close, but I want your head right now to be back in here, so bring it back about 6 inches, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to your power. The other thing is too, with our hands, you can see that our hands finish low. They're rolled over. At this point of it, I would still want your to be in a palm up, palm down position. You can see this top hand's turned over, but I want to be in a palm up, palm down position like you have at contact. Right now, that top hand is really turned over. Try to keep that bottom hand up with a palm up, palm down position longer, so that's going to help you really finish with your swing and have your hands finish way up high here. It's important to start high and finish high, and you can see that we kind of start low and finish low, so make sure that that's something else we can work on. So these are the 5 or 6 things that I would work on. In regards to that, I would do a lot of tee work. I would do a lot of one-handed drills to be short to the ball, a lot of soft toss, a lot of mechanics to get your fundamentals really down. Right now, it's just mechanics that we can work on. You're a great little athlete, but there is those 4 or 5 things to work on that are going to make a big difference in regards to our swing here to get to contact. You can see that the hands are in a palm up, palm down position, but everything's really out in front. And at this point, at contact, we got to make sure that our hands don't roll over too early and keep that head right on the ball as it comes in. And those are some things to work on. So don't worry about going out and getting the ball. Let the ball travel to you. You can see that the point of contact's pretty far out in front. So just let that ball travel and get towards your feet before you hit it. And those are the things that I would really work on for you. So thanks again for coming to camp. Watch this video over and over again and really break down your swing to work on one thing at a time off the tee. Just pick 1 out of the 4, 1 out of the 5 until you master that one, and then go on to the next. So we wish you the best, and hope you come back to camp real soon.